Hello world of Pokemon, this is Daniel, owner of the Pokemon Completionist channel, also known as Pcomp, and today we finally released Generation 2 Complex Dex. Check out the intro. Oh, let's go guys, first one. Finally we got it. Please God, God bless us. Challenge is now complete. We done it. So guys, I'm not gonna extend myself too much in this intro. Here are the rules. You can see right here, actually, right here. You can see the rules, right? And there's another video on my channel explaining the rules and the other stuff. There's rule 8. There's not much specific rules in Generation 2. Only that there is the bug contest that actually does not use Pokeballs, but when you transfer them to to Pokemon Bank, it transforms into a Pokeball. So there's not much to add. I'm gonna go right into the video. See you guys later. We start things off just like our first challenge. We get our starter, lose the first battle against a rival, avoid every Pokemon until we got some Pokeballs, and finally we get a random Pokemon and let our starter Totodile intact in the box. We've finished the game off stream, recording only the captures we've made of Pokemon when available through the story. So in that case, we get Sudowoodo in Route 36, and also Electrode in the Rocket HQ. In Newberg Town, we used Good Rod to capture a Shellder and Chinchou. And with Super Rod we get a Lantern. We also get an extra Shellder to evolve later. In Route 29 we caught a Hoot Hoot. And in Route 30 we get Spinarak. In Route 31 we caught a Bellsprout with an extra to evolve later. In the Sprout Tower we capture a Ghastly with an extra to evolve. In Route 32 we get a Wooper. And after activate a Swarm in this route, we also capture a Quillfish with a Gold Rod. In Ruins of Alph we catch Natu, getting 2 extras to evolve to both Genders of Zaru. In the other side of Ruins of Alph we serve to get a Quagsire, getting an extra for Gander. In Slowpoke Well, we capture a Slowpoke with an extra to evolve later. And descending to basement first floor, we also get a Slowbro Surfing. Continuing to Union Cave, using Repel Trick level 6, we capture 3 Onix. 2 of them to evolve later in both Genders of Steelix. And to close out our first night hunt, in the Ilex Forest we managed to get Psyduck, Venonat, Paras, and Oddish. capturing 2 extra Oddish to evolve later. We finished that stream going to the bug contest and capturing a Pinsir, winning the contest with him and receiving a Sunstone to use later. We start the livestream capturing a Snorlax close to Vermilion City. Then we go back to the Johto region in Route 29 to get a Sentret, PJ, and with Repel Trick level 3, Hoppip. We also get an extra PJ and Hoppip, both to evolve later. After a unexpected and failure encounter with Entei, we follow to Route 32 where we get Ekans, and going down to Union Cave we get Sandshrew before nighttime. Back to Route 29, this time using Headbutt in some trees we get 2 Execute, and also 2 Pineapple. One of both of them to evolve later. Back to Route 32 we get a Mayo Wooper that we forgot to get earlier, and also a Tentacool with an Old Rod. Using Headbutt in some trees in Route 33, we managed to capture Apon and Heracross, getting an extra from both to Gander. We continue to Headbutt, this time in the Ilex Forest, getting a Bidiru. We finished in Route 34 with an Old Rod capturing a Krabby. In the following day, on Route 34, we caught a Drowsy, Giro, Jigglypuff, and with a good rod we capture Staryu. We also get an extra Giro for our breeding process later in the challenge, and 2 extra Jigglypuff, one to evolve later and other to breeding. We finished the livestream once again in the bug contest, this time hunting for a Scyther. We actually need 3 of them, 2 to evolve into both Ganders of Caesar and 1 that we have catched now to represent Scyther in the Dex. We started Friday livestream going to Union Cave, where we get a Lapras. And going out to Ruins of Alph we get Smeargle. In Ilex Forest, we are able to acquire Metapod and Kakuna. In the National Park, we capture Nidoran female and also Nidoran male, getting an extra of both to evolve later. Back to Route 30 we get Guido, and in Route 34 Snubbull. And with good rod, Corsola. After failing to encounter Yama in Route 35, we proceed to Route 36 and capture 2 Growlite. One to evolve later. In the Burned Tower, we get Koffing, and unfortunately we run away accidentally from a Weezing that was a 1% encounter, and believe it or not, this is not gonna be the last time we've done this in our challenge. We move on to Route 38, where we get Taurus and Mutank. Surfing in Route 41, we got Tentacruel and Mantine. Climbing to Route 43, we caught Farfetch, and later we surf in the Lake of Rage to get a Gyarados. In Mount Mortar, we catch Golbat. Going to Route 44, we are able to find a Wimpinbell, Lickitung, and Tangela. Right beside, in the ice path, we captured Swinub, getting 2 extras to evolve in both genders of Piloswine. And going down to Route 45, we can grab Skarmory, Graveler, and 2 Gligar. One of them for Gander. In Route 46, we captured Geodude and Spearow, getting an extra Geodude to evolve later. We finish this day activating a Swarm, so that way we can capture a Dunsparce in Dark Cave. On the same day off-stream, we grab 2 Pokémons that have 1% encounters, they being Yama on Route 35, and we are able to reclaim Weezing in the Burned Tower. We start things off in the bug contest where we capture our second Scyther out of the 3 we needed. Then we headed to Route 40 and using Rock Smash we captured Shuckle. Going to our islands, we can have a Horsey surfing, getting an extra to evolve later. In the caves, we also caught Seal with an extra to evolve later. And then going down to the basement 2nd floor, we caught Kingler with a Super Rod. And in Lugia's room, we capture a Seadra surfing. In Route 45, we used a Super Rod to capture Dratini and Dragonair, getting an extra Dratini to evolve later. In the Silver Cave, we capture Magmar at the entrance, getting an extra for breeding. In the second room, we get Parasect, and in the summit, we capture Larvitar and an extra to evolve later. Advancing to the Kanto region, in Route 1 we acquire a Rattata. And in Route 2 we managed to get Butterfree, Caterpie, Pikachu, and with Bepaltric level 7, Pidgeotto. We also get 2 extras Pikachu, one to evolve and the other for breeding. Back to Route 1, this time using a Repeltric level 6, we capture Furret. Surfing in a little square that belongs to Route 4, we are able to find Goldeen, and Seeking. We finish our live stream going to Diglett's cave, where we capture Diglett and Dugtrio, capturing an extra Dugtrio to make an in-game trade and acquire a Metal Coat. In the Christmas Eve off-stream, we capture Sneasel, getting both of his Ganders. In the next day, also off-stream, we capture 3 1% encounter Pokémons, they being Jinx in the Ice Path, Kopitar in the Silver Cave Summit, and Chansey in Route 13, getting an extra Chansey to evolve later. We continue our adventure in the Kanto region on Route 24, capturing a Sun Karen with an extra to evolve later. Going to Route 6, we grab Magnemite, Gramble, and surfing we caught Golduck. Also we get an extra Magnemite to evolve later. In the Rock Tunnel first floor we capture Machoke, Machop, and Marowak, getting an extra Machop to evolve. Heading to Route 7, we've made the night captures of Houndour, Murkrow, and Persian, getting an extra Murkrow for Gander and 2 extra Houndour to evolve for both Ganders of Houndoom. In Route 5, we captured Meowth, and going back to the Johto region in Route 34, we capture an extra Staryu with a good rod to evolve later. In Route 37, we have another exhausting encounter with Entei, and we ended up failing him again. But we managed to get a Stantler in this route. Going to Mount Mortar, we can grab Mario, and an extra to evolve later. In the Ice Path, we capture Delibird, and back to the Silver Cave we can grab Misdreavus in the chambers. Back to the Kanto region, in Route 1 using Repel Trick level 6, we find Hatticate. And with Repel Trick level 7 in Route 2, we capture Noctown and Ariados. In Route 3, we caught Clefairy, and in Route 10, we find Voltorb. And we Repel Trick level 16 Electabuzz, acquiring an extra for breeding. In Route 11, also with Repel Trick level 16, we get Hypno. Back to Johto again, we decided to activate a Dunsparce Swarm to finish the stream, but this time it was to capture a Zubat, grabbing an extra to evolve later. We start in Route 3 acquiring a Arbok in the first encounter. Again, in the first encounter in Route 8 we can add Kadabra. Back to Rock Tunnel, we grab Cubone in the first floor, and Kangaskhan in basement first floor. In Route 13, we find Nidorina and Nidorino. In a little pond in Celadon City, we search to find Grimer and Muck.
In Route 21, we're going after Mr. Mime. And in Route 14, with Repel Trick level 30, we capture Skypo.
In Route 16, we capture 2 Slugma. One of them to evolve later. In Route 22, we capture the duo. Then with Repel Trick level 6, Ponyta. Then with Repel Trick level 7, Fearow. Surfing in that same route, we also got Poliwhirl. And in Route 26, we capture Sandslash. In Victory Road, we caught Rhydon and Highhorn. Going to Route 27, we get Dodrio. And in Route 28, Rapidash. We finished this live stream once again doing a Quillfish Swarm in Route 32, so we can have a lower level Magikarp with Odorod. We start our morning stream in Route 30 and grabbing a Ladybug. Then in Route 2, using Repel Trick level 7, we have Ladian. Getting an extra for Gander. In Johto Game Corner, we buy the necessary coins to obtain Abra and also Wobbuffet. Getting an extra from both Pokémons, an extra Abra to evolve and Wobbuffet for Gander. Then we go to the Kanto Game Corner, buying 2 Porygon. One of them to evolve later. We walk to Bill's house to get a gifty Eevee. And in Mount Mortar, we defeat Kyo to obtain a Tarog as a gift. After this, we bike around Goldenrod City until we hatch an egg that was given to us right after the first gym, adding Togepi to our decks. We finished the livestream trying to get Suicune, but failing nonetheless. In the very first day of 2024, we've done it a morning stream again, capturing a female ladybug that we needed. And we also finished the necessary morning encounters, they being Donphan in Route 45, getting an extra for Gander, Ursaring in the Dark Cave using Repel Trick level 25, getting both of his Ganders, Fanfi in Route 46, and we finish with the lower level section of Dark Cave where we get a Teddiursa. After this, we started out our journey to get all legendaries. So we go back to Tin Tower where we finally caught Suicune. Then in Route 42, we get the roamer Raikou. In In Ilex Forest, we captured the mythical Celebi. And in our islands, after throwing only one Pokeball, we get Lugia. And finally, after more than 10 failing encounters, including a misclick to run away from it, we finally get Entei. With that, we managed to unlock the final legendary of the game, capturing Ho-Oh in the Team Tower. Later in that same day, we've decided to do a nighttime stream to finish all captures needed. So we start in Route 22 capturing 4 Poliwag, one of them to evolve later, and 2 of them to evolve to both Politoed Genders. In Route 9, we once again run away from an important encounter, but we managed to reclaim Venomoth. In Rock Tunnel, using Repel Trick level 15, we grab Haunter. And with Repel Trick level 14, in Route 24, we caught Gloom. We finished this quick livestream getting 2 extras Clefairy, one to evolve and the other for breeding. Some days before we start our next livestream, we catch and evolve some female Pokémons. And we have done that because we needed more space in the game's boxes. So we caught an extra Chansey for an in-game trade, an extra Jinx for breeding, and also the last Scyther out of 3 we needed. Then we evolved a female Poliwag to Poliwhirl and then Politoed. Also a female Houndour to Houndoom, then a female Swinub to Piloswine, a female Scyther to Scizor, a female Onix to Steelix, and finally a female Natu to Xatu. After getting all female forms, we transfer all of them from Box 1 to Pokémon Bank and free some space for the breeding section. In these 2 days of live streaming, we focus on getting all unknown forms, getting all except one off stream, after having all unknown letters, we maintain 1 in the game and transfer the other 25 to Pokémon Bank, so that way we still have space in the boxes. Before starting the live stream, we played Pokémon Silver and have done it 3 resets to get Johto's starter trio, trading them to Pokémon Crystal. We decided to capture all exclusive Pokémons from other games in this live stream, and also Pokémons that we needed for breeding. For example, getting another Eevee because we don't want that our first Eevee gain experience while in the daycare. I just want to remember that these Pokémons for now will not be added in our dex count because we need to breed them in Crystal first so they can have our OT. Starting in Pokémon Blue, we captured the legendaries Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres, Mewtwo. We also revived Kabuto's fossil and finished by trading a Rattata to get a GF Mew. In Pokémon Yellow, we grabbed all Kanto starters Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle. We also acquired Hitmonlee, Eevee, and revived Omanite. After this, we went to Pokémon Gold, capturing the exclusives Mankey in Route 9, Mareep in Route 32, Girafarig in Route 43, and lastly we activate a Swarm and with an Old Rod we capture Hammerade. Another game we needed to play was Pokémon Silver, where we get the exclusive Vulpix in Route 36. And finally, with an extra save from Pokémon Crystal, we evolved Togepi to Togetic so we can trade and breed him. We finished the livestream trading all the captures made to Pokémon Crystal, and because of that, we can add to our decks the legendaries because they are not breedable, adding to our count Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres, Mewtwo, and Mew. In the week of the 15th, we done our breeding process, getting all of the 51 necessary eggs and also hatching them. On Monday, we also trade an extra chance to get an Aerodactyl in Route 14, but because he doesn't have our OT, we also put him in your breeding list. And now I'm gonna go through the list, including their initial forms in your decks. So they are 3 Bulbasaur, 3 Charmander, 3 Squirtle, 2 Vulpix, 2 Mankey, 2 Omanite, 2 Kabuto, 4 Chikorita, and at least 1 for each Gander, 3 Cyndaquil, 3 Mareep, 2 Girafarig, 1 for each Gander, 3 Remoraid and at least 1 for each Gander, 1 Aerodactyl, 1 Pichu, 1 Clefairy, 1 Igglybuff, 1 Smochum, 1 Elekid, 1 Magby. The remaining eggs we already caught their initial forms, but we also grabbed 3 Tyrogue, 5 Eevee, 2 Totodile, 1 Togepi, and finally a female Sudowoodo. Our last action to complete our Complex Dex was evolve all reminiscent Pokémon. So we start this process by evolving a female Meganium and a female Octillery, getting all Ganders so you can focus on the remaining 66 evolutions. We choose Silver Cave to do most of this evolution process, and also Route 34 time to time when we need to do a lower level evolution. So in this day, we managed to evolve Nidoran female and Nidoran male to Nidorina and Nidorino, and later to Nidoqueen and Nidoking, both with the Moonstone. Also using the Moonstone, we evolved Jigglypuff to Igglytuff and Clefairy to Clefable. With the Thunderstone, we evolved Pikachu to Raichu. After these evolutions, we grabbed the Kanto starters and acquired their middle forms, so Bulbasaur to Ivysaur, Charmander to Charmeleon, and Squirtle to Wartortle. With the Firestone, we evolve Vulpix to Ninetales, and also Growlite to Arcanine. With the Water Stone, we can evolve Shellder to Cloyster, and Staryu to Starmie. With the Leaf Stone, Execute to Executor. We also evolve Eevee to his Kanto forms, so Vaporeon with Water Stone, Jolteon with Thunderstone, and Flareon with Firestone. In Roll 34, we evolve another Eevee, this time to Umbreon with Max Friendship at night, and also evolve Togepi to Togetic with Max Friendship. Then we grab a Sunstone to evolve Suncare into Sunflora, and back to Silver Cave, we evolve Mario to Azumarill. Also we evolve Oddish and Bellsprout to Gloom and Weeping Bell, and finally with Leaf Stone we evolve both to Vileplume and Victreebel. We finish this livestream with some lower level evolutions, like the middle form of Johto starters, evolving Totodile to Croconaw, Chikorita to Bayleaf, and Cyndaquil to Quilava. The last we evolved was Mareep to his middle form, Fluffy. In the next day, we didn't make much progress because all easy evolutions were already done, but we managed to evolve a Poliwag to Poliwhirl and then Poliwrath with Waterstone, also Mankey to Primeape. Some days before, we already evolved a Dratini to Dragonair and let him close to evolve again, letting ourselves get a Dragonite on stream. We closed the day evolving Natu to Xatu, and also a Chansey for Blissey with Max Friendship. We start the day evolving our last Eevee to Espeon with Max Friendship during the day. So we progress with evolving Hoppip to Skiploom and then Jumpluff. After this, we get Oddish to Gloom and then Bellossom with Sunstone. We continue with Kanto Fossils evolving Kabuto to Kabutops and Omanite to Omastar. Next in line was Remoraid to Octillery and Houndour to Houndoom. He finished the day evolving 3 Tyros. The first one to Hitmontop with equal attack and defense. The second one to Hitmonchan with higher defense. And lastly Hitmonlee with higher attack. Before we start our penultimate stream for second generation, we decided to do all trade evolutions off stream. So we evolved Abra to Kadabra and then Alakazam, Gastly to Haunter and then Gengar, Geodude to Graveler and then Golem, Horsey to Seadra and then Kingdra holding a Dragon Scale, Machop to Machoke and then Machamp, Poliwag to Poliwhirl and then Politoed holding a King's Rock. Porygon to Porygon 2 holding an Upgrade. Scyther to Scizor holding a Metal Coat. Slowpoke to Slowking holding a King's Rock. And finally Onix to Steelix holding a Metal Coat. We start this live by evolving Kanto starters to their final forms, getting Bulbasaur to Ivysaur and then Venusaur. Charmander to Charmeleon and then Charizard. And Squirtle to Wartortle and then Blastoise. We progress evolving Slugma to Magcargo, Swinub to Piloswine, and also Zubat to Golbat and then Crobat with Max Friendship. We finished the live stream with 2 more evolutions, the first one being Mareep to Fluffy and then Emperors, and finally Chikorita to Bayleaf and then Meganium. In our last live stream, finishing the second challenge in the Complex Dex, we donned the 7 evolutions remaining, they being Seal to Dilgong, Magnemite to Magneton, PJ to Pidgeotto and then Pidgeot, Cyndaquil to Quilava and then Typhlosion, Totodile to Crocodile and then Feraligatr, Pineapple to Fortress, and finally the last Pokemon we needed was a Tyranitar. The good news was that we already done most of the evolution process off stream, getting Larvitar to Pupitar and then Tyranitar. With that, we have completed 1 more generation for our challenge. We visited Celadon and get our most anticipated diploma, and also a special congratulations from Professor Oak. Our last task was transferring all 100 Johto Pokémons to home, getting 20 at a time to Box 1, then transferring them through Pokémon Transporter to Pokémon Bank. In Bank we have organized them with their female forms and send them now to Pokémon Home. And here we are, guys. There is our second generation Dex in Pokémon Home. Here we have all the 100 Pokémons from Johto and also their female forms if needed. There's also all the unknowns. There's also the letter S that was not shown in the video because I lost the footage. But here they are. All of Johto Pokémons, and the end is right here on Celebi. There's also Generation 3, but this is for another video. So in December, I'm most likely gonna release the Generation 3 video, so stay tuned for more. And probably late December, I'm gonna back to stream again with Generation 4. So stay tuned, guys. Follow the channel, like the video, subscribe, and follow the Twitch. So keep healthy and safety, boys, and see ya.